Hillary is aware of all the work that you guys do. I hope.
The campaign is fully in it.
And then they tell Hillary what's going on.
Well, I mean, Hillary knows through the chain of command.
In the lines at Trump rallies? We're starting anarchy here.
This is part one of our undercover investigation into the dark, backroom dealings of the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign. Fovel and his people train the agitators to go to Trump rallies, and nothing is left to chance.
There's a script.
Oh, there is a script.
There's a script.
Okay.
There's a script of engagement. Sometimes the crazies bite, and sometimes the crazies don't bite.
All right, JD, in my opinion, this might be the October surprise of all October surprises so far this election. Paying trained agitators to incite violence at Donald Trump rallies and then blaming Donald Trump for his dangerous rhetoric inciting this violence. I mean, this is near, if it's not, criminal.
No, it is definitely criminal, Liz. This is outrageous. I think the American people shouldn't stand for it. You know, this is third world type of stuff. I've been a senior staff member and advisor to 3 presidential campaigns now, both for Governor Huckabee this year and Mr. Trump this year. And before that, the last election cycle for Herman Cain. I've never seen or heard anything like this. So thank goodness for James O'Keefe to expose it all.
Right. I mean, some of these quotes here, they're absolutely mind-blowing. They said they're staging authentic grassroots protests. But the one, and we heard this in the video at the beginning of the segment, he says, Scott, and this is Scott Fovel, by the way, he says, we're starting anarchy. They're actually trying to plant the idea, the perception in the minds of the American people that anarchy surrounds Donald Trump's campaign. That, JD, I don't even know what to say.
Well, 2 words, George Soros. This has him written all over it. He wants to bring down the United States. He wants anarchy here, essentially. He doesn't like the United States. He doesn't like our power. So George Soros and billionaires that want to harm the United States are putting their money where their mouths are. So they fund these type of groups. And there's really no shortage of crazies who will work for Hillary Clinton and engage in this criminal behavior to make Donald Trump look terrible. But, you know, they're the ones that look terrible today, thanks to James O'Keefe.
Right, and with 2.5 million views on this video in 24 hours, and that number is going up every hour, the American people are seeing it, even if the mainstream media is not covering it. JD, in part of this video, though, Fovel actually admits, and sometimes it's funny to me how these people want to brag about their misdeeds, that they actually want to admit their wrongdoing as if they're proud of it. They're actually proud enough that they want to share. They want to tell exactly what they did. But Fovel admits responsibility for that incident, and I think we all remember this back in September in North Carolina, in Asheville, when an elderly woman was apparently punched by a Trump supporter. We all felt terrible when we heard that story. Well, now we find out because Fovel admits that they were responsible for this. This woman, this elderly woman, we have no indication that she was actually punched. That's the first thing. But she was a trained operative for the Clinton campaign.
These are trained operatives doing this type of stuff, Liz. It's really incredible. Americans really ought to call Hillary out for it. But, you know, Hillary's corrupt herself. She's the most corrupt candidate to ever run for president. You know, when I was in Little Rock early last year, we were about to kick off Governor Huckabee's campaign. He told me I should go visit the Clinton Library in Little Rock. I said, the Clinton Library? He's like, yeah, he was president. You should go visit it. But here's one thing I'll tell you about the Clintons, he told me. He said, they have no morals whatsoever. Bill and Hillary Clinton have run against Governor Huckabee. He was governor 10 years, lieutenant governor before that. He says they have no morals whatsoever. They do things like this Whitewater scandal, Monica Lewinsky. They don't even bat an eye. They collect all this money for the Clinton Foundation from foreign governments. They don't even care about it. I mean, it's totally pay to play for them. And he says the thing that just amazes him is they have no morals whatsoever. And I think her allies acting this way just show that.
Right, and I think that's exactly the case because we have, I think in traditional elections, we see Democrats and Republicans both with moral compasses, and Hillary Clinton is the exception to this rule. She might not even be a good representation of the Democratic Party for the very reason that you say, because she doesn't seem to have any moral compass whatsoever. The only compass that she has points to cash as it will flow into her pocket.